Ladies and gentlemen, be ready, for what you are about to hear is not for those who are easily agitated, have a weak heart, or are still holding on to the notion that things make sense. The internet is ablaze. In a darkly lit room, Papoose is sitting, quietly swaying back and forth and mumbling, "Ain't no way." The group conversations are in disarray, and according to some awful tea that just spilled from deep inside the Remy Ma inner, the so-called GW, Claressa Shields, the unbeaten boxing champion, may not be who she claims to be. We're not referring to any phony sponsorships or direct messages that she neglected to remove. It's a kind of full-blown identity narrative twist that would cause Dr. Phil and Jerry Springer to rise from the TV grave and ask, "Wait, what now?" Is what we're talking about with Remy Ma, the same woman who reportedly discovered her husband intruding. Claressa is now being exposed by a training camp using screenshots, receipts, and, let's say, paperwork at the surgeon level. In reality, is the GWAT the GOAT of deception? This rabbit hole is deeper than Rhee's prison files, so fasten your seatbelt. We just reached page 1, sweetie. It's a national emergency in the realm of hip-hop, boxing, and bedroom betrayals. Ladies and gentlemen, do you ever get up, check your phone, and immediately regret it because it was once just a good morning scroll? We are discussing a story that is so utterly strange and insane that not even Tyler Perry could have written such a dysfunctional script. Let's turn the tape back. Once the toughest woman in the rap world, Remy Ma is now juggling roles as a doctor, divorce lawyer, and investigator. Not a rival rapper or a secret baby, but Claressa Shields, the unbeaten, unrepentant boxing champion, who, until recently, owned only gold belts and Instagram, was at the center of her crisis. Clapbacks for her. However, it seems that she has been engaged in combat with more than just opponents. Because Remy Ma supposedly found something about Claressa that rocked her world. According to rumors louder than Funk Flex's radio tirades, she asserts that Papoose purposefully neglected to bring up this point during his late-night sparring sessions with the boxing champion. Yes, Remy allegedly discovered medical records, authentic or photo-manipulated. It's possible that Claressa Shields were assigned male at birth, but we don't know yet. Now stop, breathe. Give it time to marinate. This is not your typical triangle of love. The entire story is turned upside down when Remy Ma discovers her husband cheating not with any woman, but with someone who may have had a previous identity. It's similar to learning that your man may have known all along that the side girl was the side male. Social media exploded, doing what it does best. Remy Leaks was in the news for 14 hours in a row. Detectives on TikTok panned in on shaky footage from training camps. Also, there was a heated discussion about gender identity on Twitter, led by individuals who still believe that biology is a shampoo brand. Let's delve further, though. How did we end up here at all? Let's dissect the chronology of this utterly insane affair. Allegedly, it all began in early May when Papoose, who has been eerily silent in the rap scene, was seen at a private gym in Claressa's hometown of Detroit. Papoose's forays into boxing are becoming commonplace. However, it is uncommon for him to schedule a 4-day private training session with Claressa Shields without informing the media. No Remy Ma, conveniently, and cameras. Papoose and Claressa reportedly felt very at ease during these sessions, according to sources close to the camp. It wasn't simply jabs and hooks, according to one trainer who wished to remain nameless. Few glances lingered. It was less like ring technique and more like romantic tension. The hotel receipts followed. Yes, receipts, literal ones. Remy Ma is said to be wary of her. Hired a private investigator for her husband's fitness makeover. And you know what appeared? It's a 2-night stay that is scheduled under Papoose's legal name is Mackie, and the second visitor is simply identified as CS. Now, we're not here to speculate, but it's either Olympiclavel, self-care, or cheating when your partner reserves a suite with champagne, a jacuzzi, and blackout curtains for recuperation. Additionally, that's when things truly got out of control. Someone claiming to be Remy's makeup artist claims that when Remy discovered a folder on Papoosia's laptop named CS Notes, she went completely crazy. There were screenshots of therapy, records what appeared to be pre-surgery consultations, and yes, a letter from a gender clinic, all purportedly connected to Claressa. Remy screen recorded everything before the files were swiftly erased. According to reports, she approached Papoose the tomorrow. Insiders claim that he froze like a novice in the ring at that point and spoke the now famous statement, "I made no inquiries. Her strength simply inspired me." I'm sorry, do you imply that Papoose might have been aware of it and accepted it? Now let's make things clear before anyone makes assumptions. The scandal is not being transgender. The deceit, the cover-up, and the secret affair involving individuals who have based their careers on devotion and authenticity are the true scandal. Not to mention who we are discussing. Remy Ma, a lady who served 6 years in prison and emerged victorious. She doesn't sit silently while her partner engages in games with someone who might have altered their own past. What did Remy do then? She allegedly leaked. Our sources claim that she provided files anonymously to a gossip blog called Pun's Widow, an obvious indication that this was personal, and a less than subtle allusion to Big Pun. After tagging Claressa and uploading the files, the blog pulled everything in a matter of hours. Legal threats, DMCA takedowns, etc. The internet, however, never forgets. The takedowns video clips were already downloaded, reposted, and remixed into TikTok with titles ranging from Papoose Pics, A Plot Twist, to GWAT, to WHA-Re's Revenge. The press conference followed. 2 days later, Claressa Shields made her public debut, accompanied by her public relations staff and a lawyer who appeared to be trying out for law and order. She disputed all of it, firmly declared the documents to be fraudulent, stated that she has been a woman for her entire life. Mic dropped when she remarked, "I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I beat women because I train like a champion, not because I'm built like one." She was staring directly into the camera. However, she obviously doesn't comprehend Remy Ma's methods if she believed that was the end of it. She's been quiet because of Remy, too silent, and something unpleasant is constantly simmering. When Remy goes dark, according to back-channel rumors, she is getting ready for her own sit-down interview, which may be with Angie Martinez or, heaven forbid, Tasha K. If that occurs, it's over. Claressa might as well hang up her gloves and prepare for her whole life to be dissected at the DNA level, as well as Papoose. He has already erased his most recent Instagram post and disappeared. Was last seen at a retreat called Men Healing from Emotional Warfare. Freestyled and disabled comments. Oh no! However, someone else joined the conversation right when we believed we had hit the pinnacle of insanity. Claressa's former sparring partner sent a YouTuber a direct message alleging that Claressa had severe locker room regulations, wouldn't undress in front of other female athletes, and always took her showers by herself. Is it a coincidence? Perhaps. Or perhaps it's a piece of the puzzle that Remy has been working on. But let's take a moment before drawing any judgments, since the more we learn, the more questions we have. I mean, was Papoose truly unaware? Has Remy truly been deceived? Or after being implicated in her own controversy with Easy, the block captain, is this a fantasy of retaliation? Most significantly, what's next? If you thought this was awful, you'll be shocked to learn what was released from the rehab facility that Claressa apparently went to using a false identity. Oh, you were unaware of that? Oh, you were unaware of the visit to the rehab center? This following chapter is when things go from messy to downright nuclear. So let's have a look at it. One extremely anxious-sounding nurse who contacted Reddit anonymously claims that, of course, where else would she go? Claressa Shields is accused of using the name Clarence Shell to check into a private mental health hospital in upstate New York. Yes, Shell, which is evidently short for Shields. and Clarence as in the masculine form. Even though the visit lasted only 48 hours, it was enough to spark curiosity and questions. Why would a world champion need to conceal her identity when she extols power, self-assurance, and unadulterated authenticity? Despite the hoodie, the nurse said she knew Claressa right away. Big hoodie and shades. She had that fighter walk, the nurse documented. Because while Claressa was hiding in rehab under a false identity, Remy Ma was allegedly leaking more than just paperwork. But what shook me was how scared she looked, like someone with a secret that was finally closing in on her. Let that simmer. According to sources, she contacted a Miami plastic surgeon and insisted on knowing whether CS had ever been a client of 2014 and 2017. And you know what? Citing HIPAA privacy regulations, the clinic declined to comment. Not before an enigmatic internet invoice for a $47,000 multi-stage feminization operation surfaced. Initials only, no name, no refund, CS paid in full. The date was 1 year before Claressa's first Olympic appearance. Now, stop. Take a breath. Because if this is true, and we're not claiming it is, we're merely asserting that receipts exist on the internet. It implies that Claressa may have entered the ring with a lot of mysteries in her medical file and some unresolved issues from her background. Papoose reappears just when you think it can't be any more twisted. Or his playlist does, anyway. Created a mysterious Instagram story and then swiftly removed it. Only a black screen, just one tune. And the bad religion of Frank Ocean. You're aware of it. The words, this unspoken affection. It seems like a one-man cult to me. Supporters went crazy. Threads on Reddit went viral. Some conjectured that it was a coded apology or, worse, a hint that he was aware of the allegations about Claressa, but still decided to love her. At that point, public sentiment entered a full-fledged civil war. Claressa versus team, Remy versus team. Everyone is telling lies. Papoose fell for Claressa knowing everything. That man's loyalty is terrifying, said one of the widely shared tweets stated, Remy Ma wants us to cancel a woman because she might be trans. Girl, worry about your own felonies. Even Cardi B couldn't stay out of it. She then deleted the post. Like TSA agents, you guys are out here clocking people's gender? Before your man finds himself in her corner, take care of your own affairs. However, as the public quarreled, the actual tea continued to leak. A hazy video purportedly shows Papoose and Claressa entering a massage parlor in Detroit together at 11:47 p.m. According to a hacking collective known simply as The Undercard, who have a history of releasing athlete direct messages and locker room security footage. Just vibrations, no audio or timestamp. Just as the spa door closes behind them, the video cuts. Naturally, the internet filled in the gaps. Within hours, the hashtag #MidnightMassagage became popular. The scene was recreated by TikTokers, YouTubers, used footstep analysis and astrological charts to demonstrate Claressa's dominating masculine energy in 3-hour breakdowns. This isn't anything we made up. Remy Ma was playing chess, however, while the internet was fixated on vibes and receipts. In Atlanta, she appeared at a panel discussion. With a folder clearly labeled legal notice shields, everyone smiles. Remy grinned and responded, "All I'm saying is deception comes with consequences. And nobody plays my husband without playing me first," when a reporter asked her if she intended to file a lawsuit or file charges. Let's be honest now. Remy Ma is also not an angel. She has been criticized in public for using Easy the Block Captain to cheat on Papoose. Furthermore, the tension between her and Papoose hasn't exactly been subtle, despite her denials. So, some fans want to know if this is true, outrage, or retaliation. Because this is the theory that is becoming more and more popular. Before she developed love for Claressa, Remy didn't give a damn about her history. In other words, it wasn't the identity that made her shudder. The treachery was the thing. You are aware of how wounded women behave in scandal. There is no wrath like that of a Remy scorn. Claressa's crew has been rushing in the meanwhile. According to their most recent statement, Miss Shields has nothing to hide and is the object of defamatory lies motivated by hatred and jealousy. Though she filed for an immediate restraining order against Remy Ma the same day, citing online harassment, reputational harm, and safety threats, she sort of entertained hate. Indeed, a restraining order against a rapper who was convicted of shooting her own companion over $300 and was later imprisoned. She is now accused of intimidating a boxing champion over her unfaithful husband. It's like a VH1 reality show gave birth to a Netflix true crime series and then released it on Zeus Network. But hold on, it gets worse. Text messages purportedly exchanged between Claressa and another female boxer were released by an unnamed promoter. In them, Claressa states, "I should have never trusted a man to keep his mouth shut. Now Ree's making me a target again." Once more, the word triggered an entire new round of conspiracies. Was this not just another weaponization of Claressa's past? A 2012 rumor about a trans athlete being disqualified from the U.S. Women's Olympic squad before an unexpected paperwork error allowed them to compete was even unearthed by one online detective. No names were ever made public. Could that athlete have been Claressa? If that's the case, the Olympic Committee's quiet suddenly became extremely loud. Papoose, meanwhile, has yet to be located. The streets claim he is hiding from both women because of fear that one of them may come up with evidence that would put an end to his reputation as the most devoted guy in hip-hop. But his crew claims he is taking time off for spiritual healing. In round 12, supporters are split like a shattered eyebrow. Some claim Ray is revealing the truth, while others claim she is simply upset because she lost her husband to someone with a more complex past and a sharper tongue. However, this is where things really get dark. Speaking anonymously, a former boxing commissioner asserted that the foundation of women's boxing would be rocked. Some medical records were ever made public because they are sealed for a purpose. That poses a problem now, since it is no longer solely a gender issue or a scandal if Claressa's records are made public, whether they are genuine or not. It turns into a nightmare for regulations, lawsuits, inquiries, and potential revocations of titles. This item might ruin Claressa's reputation and the sport she promoted. And who would be watching it all burn while enjoying some popcorn? Remy. Because one thing is very obvious, regardless of whether she is telling the truth or not. She is now in charge of this ship. The receipts are with her. The public is paying attention to her. Additionally, insiders claim that she has one last secret weapon. Days before the story broke, Papoose and Claressa allegedly had a recorded phone conversation in which they confessed, broke down, and said something Remy refers to as the final nail in the coffin. Where were we then? The phone call? Certainly. An extremely upset former Remy Ma staffer claims that Papoose's old iPad included a voice memo dubbed Monday Night CS that had been gathering dust for months in the apartment owned by the couple. Baby Remy discovered the cloud backup of the file, which was created just 3 days before the scandal. What's within? According to a rumored 17-minute private conversation between Papoose and Claressa Shields that was secretly taped, the boxer acknowledges that some aspects of her journey are never suitable for public consumption. "I didn't hide it because I was ashamed," she says at one point, and I repeat it. Papoose, the self-proclaimed king of loyalty, replies, I don't care about all that. I've hidden it because people don't want truth. They want categories. You're either their hero or a headline, with nothing in between. I see you as a woman, for a period. Doesn't anyone know how we arrived? We simply did. Let that sink in for a moment. Now that everyone is wondering, is that an admission? Is that a man putting love before labels? Or is that a man purposefully concealing a truth that could blow up a whole sport and ruin his marriage? The court of public opinion slammed the gavel without warning. Remy Ma leaked the audio. The call was posted to X, formerly Twitter, by a burner account at 2:03 a.m. on a Thursday. And within 9 minutes, it had received over 1.2 million views. The comments were harsh, with Papoose sounding as though he was willing to risk everything for Claressa's secrets. Remy Ma discovered the tape and remarked, "Now run me my revenge. This is no longer even messy. Spiritual warfare is what this is." But hold on, the fire didn't end there. Claressa Shields' legal team responded by filing a cease and desist letter, alleging that the audio was illegally obtained, doctored, and violated state and federal recording laws. They even made threats of civil and criminal lawsuits, referring to Remy Ma, Papoose, and any other third party that might be sharing the recording. And then Papoose went into ghost mode, erased everything, and was silent until TMZ spotted him outside a Brooklyn juice bar, looking exhausted and emaciated. And he said, "Right now, I'm just trying to breathe." When asked if he was still with Remy, "Oh no." And just when you think we've reached our lowest point, a fresh leak appears. There were rumors during Claressa's pre-Olympic screenings that didn't add up, medical forms that went missing, and quiet conversations behind closed doors. The now retired former Olympic coach revealed in an anonymous podcast, "Which was our best chance, though." Thus, it was swept beneath the mat. Listen, that soundbite went viral online like a Molotov cocktail. Whether that is accurate or not, people began displaying old pictures, slow-motion video of fights, including examining hip ratios and jawlines, as if they were gender studies. PhDs. It was insane. The most startling aspect is that, in response to persistent public concern, the Women's Boxing Regulatory Committee, a body that seldom emerges from the shadows to re-examine eligibility policies and athlete records, allegedly called an emergency meeting. In other words, they're looking into Claressa's past again. And that's scary, my friends, because she can lose everything if even one document or timeline is discovered to be fabricated. Olympic titles, championship belts, sponsorships, medals, all of it. And who would be grinning all the time? Remy Ma, you guessed it, because we shouldn't fool ourselves. It wasn't about doing the right thing here. It was a personal matter. This warfare wore high-end heels and crimson lipstick. Remy didn't aim solely for affection. She pursued the heritage. While some admirers are encouraging her, others are genuinely curious as to whether she went too far. Remember that an alleged affair was the catalyst for this whole situation. No verified sex recordings, pregnancy, or relationship status, just late-night workouts and dubious lodging reservations, as well as a suspected background that Claressa never revealed. Was this all justified then? Or did Remy Ma just want to destroy a woman who could have just wanted to be left alone? Hip-hop Twitter remains divided in the meanwhile. Team Remy claims that she acted in the same way as any other powerful woman: protect her marriage, expose the liar, and warn everyone not to meddle with Bronx royalty. Team Claressa, however, isn't going to back down. You all want to disregard her because of a past that has no bearing on her present, even though she is a fighter, a world champion, and a survivor. People will praise you when you're winning until they hear a rumor. Then suddenly your entire identity is a scandal, stated Nicki Minaj Loki in a now-deleted tweet. Furthermore, we haven't even reached the rumors about Netflix. You heard correctly. According to insiders, producers are rushing to create Gloves Off, the Claressa Shields Files, a documentary that will include in-depth legal analysis, dramatized reenactments, and wait for a 10 interview with a mystery witness who says she knew Claressa before she became famous when she was allegedly living as a boy named CJ. That right there is either the last domino in this convoluted, chaotic situation or defamation on steroids saga as this crazy journey comes to an end. Let's pause to reflect on what has just transpired. A marriage fell apart. The legacy of a champion was called into question. In 2006, receipts were leaked like mixtapes. demonstrating once more how the internet can convert your most private information into viral content. We now pose this question to you, your devoted, inquisitive, and unconcerned business audience. Is Claressa Shields telling the truth, or is she lying? Did Remy Ma simply demonstrate to us the farthest a woman will go when she feels disrespected, or did Papoose betray her? The question of whether this is the conclusion of the story or merely the beginning is arguably the most significant of all, according to rumors. Ray is penning a candid memoir. And everyone will be exposed if even half of the information in these leaks makes it to print. Folks, there you have it. Another day, another controversy, another shaky legacy. It's your chance to spill something. But only on Gossip Spill Vibe do you get the kind of tea that destroys group discussions for a week and burns your throat. Do you believe that Claressa Shields has been lying? Or is Remy Ma simply resentful, wounded, and bloodthirsty? Is Papoose a victim without any power? Maybe the most emotionally perplexed hip-hop dude. This whole thing is messier than Rhee's last wig installation. Let's face it. Hit that comment section as if it were a debt too. You, the crazy opinions, conspiracy theories, and oh hell no replies are what we want. Subscribe today if you want to see more mayhem, courtroom meltdowns, and shady secrets revealed like mixtapes in 2003. Activate alerts to avoid missing the next moment in a celebrity's life. Blows up on a Tuesday. Because we do more than just drink tea here at Gossip Spill Vibe. We reveal it. We agitate for it. Additionally, we set the entire kitchen on fire. See you in the upcoming controversy.